This Sunday is the culmination of the Epiphany season. On Sunday, we're going to celebrate the Transfiguration, where Jesus up on the mountain with his three closest disciples is revealed for who he truly and really is. His essential nature is revealed. The veil is torn back, and we see Jesus as fully man, but also remarkably, beautifully, fully God all at the same time. And I say that because we're about to enter into the season of Lent, which is a 40-day fast from Ash Wednesday next week through to Easter, excluding all of the Sundays. And during that season, there are also things that are revealed to us. But there are two revelations in particular about who we are as people. During the season of Lent, we realize and give attention to the fact that we are sinners. That there are things in our life that do not belong in God's presence and his goodness, holiness, and righteousness, things that we do and things that are true of us that God actually has to come and deal with by his grace and through the cross. But we also give attention to something else. We give attention to the people that God is transfiguring and transforming us into, the essential people that we will be throughout all eternity in God's presence. And we get to participate with God's activity in changing us into those people. So Lent begins next week on Wednesday, on what is called Ash Wednesday. And if you've never done Lent before, if you've never experienced Ash Wednesday, the way that I try to explain it is talking about a ranch in the hill country. So ranches out in the hill country is sort of like this. We're the land. And God has come in and he's purchased a ranch out in the hill country. It's beautiful, it's hilly. But as you know, in the hill country, there are cedars everywhere. Overpopulated, crowding things out so that the natural beauty of the land and the hospitality that the land can offer is not accessible and isn't seen. And Lent is like cedar clearing season in the hill country, where we go in and we participate with what God is doing in clearing out the dead trees and cutting back the cedars that are overpopulating by habit and neglect and bringing them in to clear a space in the land so that the owner can come and make a home and dwell there on the land that he has purchased by his own at his own cost. That's the season of Lent. And we participate in what God is doing, giving attention to the things that need to be cut back in our own life. And it begins on Wednesday next week, where we'll take ashes and put them in the shape of a cross on our head. Ashes remind ourselves of the sin that is at work in our lives that needs to be put to death and that is producing things of death in our own life. And yet it's in the shape of a cross to remind ourselves that that is the place that God is at work, transforming us from people who are dead to people who are alive in him by the power of the Holy Spirit. So please come and join us. It's really a great service, especially for kids of all ages. They can come participate and they can get ashed with the entire church as we enter into during the season of Lent what is a holy fast, giving our time and attention to our sin and our need for Jesus' redemption, but also to the person that God is making us into as we participate with him during the season of Lent.